the March existing home sales report out at 10 a.m. Eastern this morning. Prices are expected to come down 1.7%. Mortgage rates spiking up to 6.43% yesterday as the Biden administration is planning to force homebuyers with good credit to pay more for their mortgages so that they can subsidize the loans of high-risk borrowers. Experts reportedly estimating that good credit buyers could pay about $40 additional a month on a $400,000 mortgage. The rule is set to go into effect on May 1st. Bob, it's subsidizing those homeowners who probably shouldn't have the mortgage in the first place.
Guys, gotta tell you, we really are living in cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world under the Biden administration, right? And if you don't believe me, it is stories like this that really show you that we have some lunatics, some quacks in charge of running the government and some of these organizations and institutions that we have in this country. If you wasn't aware, interest rates are rising, right? And the reason why interest rates are rising in this country is because we spent too much money during the pandemic, okay? Democrats and Republicans, but mainly Democrats, we spent way too much money, okay? And the feds were slow to respond with the interest rate increases that we needed at the time to compensate for the trillions of dollars that we put in the economy at an unprecedented rate while also having a lockdown. And that is what has contributed to inflation rising at an historic pace, okay, in which interest rates needed to rise at a historic pace in order to compensate for that. And that is causing issues in the economy and in certain sectors that are more exposed from a risk perspective to interest rates increases, like, for example, the housing market, okay? Mortgage rates are going up. They're shooting up, okay? It's getting more expensive to borrow money to get a home, which means demand for home ownership is going to go down, okay? It's going to go down because it's more expensive to actually buy a home. It costs money to borrow money to get a home, okay? And under a new Biden rule, if you are a homeowner or you're looking to buy a home and you got great credit, you're going to be punished by the Biden administration. You're going to be charged extra fees so that so-called minorities and those with not as good credit can buy and purchase homes, okay? You're going to be subsidizing people who have worse financial behavior, a worse history when it comes to paying bills on time, taking care of their financial obligations and responsibilities. The people that are good at that, right, you're going to now be subsidizing the people that are bad at that, okay? And the Biden administration is doing it because more minorities need to buy houses, right? More minorities with not as good credit need to buy houses. Again, absolutely incredible stuff. Take a look.
Turning back to one of our top stories and a new plan under President Biden that would give home buyers with riskier credit scores better mortgage rates and lower fees than those with good credit history. David Stevens served as commissioner of the Federal Housing Administration under President Obama, and you were tapped to hold that role in 2009, I might add, David, at a critical time in American history when we were going through a mortgage and banking crisis. You went on to head up the Mortgage Bankers Association. You're woefully qualified to weigh in on this. What is your reaction to the president's plan?
Well, look, to be fair, it's not necessarily the president's plan, but it is the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, the FHFA, who regulates Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Director Thompson was put into that job, appointed by President Biden and confirmed by the Senate. But, you know, this is an unprecedented move. The GSEs, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, which are still quasi-private companies, they're in conservatorship because they fell into financial troubles during the Great Recession in 2008. But they have always risk-based priced their loans. So in other words, people with better credit scores and bigger down payments get lower rates than people with really low credit scores and very low down payments. And that risk-based pricing has been part of the discipline of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac since their beginning. Well, for the first time ever, the director, in an effort to, I think, bring more first-time home buyers, particularly minority home buyers, into the GSEs, lending programs, made a shift where she lowered the fees being charged to borrowers with low down payments and low credit scores And the way she compensated, or they compensated for that loss of income, that capital costs that they're going to incur, is they're actually raising fees on better credit-worthy borrowers who are putting down much larger down payments. It really has never been done before. But I think in many ways it's an attempt to compete with the FHA program, which is a governmentally run federal agency that really provides a mission to bring more opportunity for home ownership. But this is really convoluting the entire discipline and credit risk pricing structure that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have followed since their inception.
I really appreciate you sort of giving us that possible rationale, but behind what is, as you just said, an unprecedented move in this country. We just have historically not seen this before. You've always been incentivized to have better credit and pay your bills on time because you will be rewarded with lower costs and lower fees to get into a home. David, obviously the peril in this is that you're incentivizing bad credit scores to get lower costs. So there's only so long this could last. You won't be able to pay for the risky home buyers if people are incentivized to have lower credit.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just got an email from an executive with a mortgage lending company. He goes, so I guess we have to teach borrowers to worsen their credit before they apply for a mortgage in order to get the better price. I mean, that's a bit of an extreme, but yes, I totally recognize and appreciate the effort to bring more people into home ownership who have traditionally not had that opportunity. But using Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for these sort of political purposes may not be the best thing to do. And frankly, I think it violates the entire discipline that these two companies have operated under. And it's going to end up costing some borrowers who are putting 15, 20% down payments, who have credit scores in the 700s and above, more for their mortgage.
So that can help pay for people who are not as financially responsible. So I want you guys to understand what's going on here. If you have like a 700 plus credit score and you put down 15 to 20%, which is what you're traditionally taught to do. Okay, you was a good boy, right? You was a good boy with your money. Okay, you didn't live high off the hog. Okay, you didn't go out and buy Starbucks every single day, go on these lavish vacations. You know, you did the right thing. You put your head down, you work hard. Okay, you saved your money, right? And you got your first house. Okay, instead of the government giving you a pat on the back, and, you know, I don't know, maybe rewarding you for it, they're actually punishing you for it, right? That's what the Biden administration was doing. They want to slap you with a feet. But if you didn't save your money, okay, you didn't save as much money, you got less than 5%, you didn't pay your bills on time, you didn't meet your financial obligations, your credit score is not as high, you get rewarded for it, right? You get rewarded. You get a subsidy from the people that actually were financially responsible. Again, we're living in cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world. This is upside down land, okay? And all this is being done because, you guessed it, black folks need to buy some homes, right? Or so-called minorities need to buy homes, okay? The Biden administration wants to incentivize bad behavior. He wants to incentivize people who otherwise probably shouldn't be buying homes to buy homes, okay? Because apparently minorities can't save money, right? They can't get their credit scores up. They can't pay their bills on time. They can't meet their financial obligations like everybody else, like everybody else in society. Again, it's just offensive, right? It is offensive. The hard bigotry of low expectations for so-called minorities from Democrats is offensive. It really is. Now, you can't be like everybody else. We can't hold you to the same standard as everybody else. You're just not capable because you're black, right? You're not capable of saving money, right? You're not capable of getting a good credit score or meet your financial obligations because of your skin color. It's absolutely incredible because I don't know what these people are talking about when they're talking about, well, there are people that historically didn't have access to housing. I guess they're talking about redlining, which again was a Democrat policy, by the way. It came from FDR, okay? The Democrat God, okay, that's who they love. They love that guy. But all of the so-called systemic racism that they complain about, particularly again when it comes to housing discrimination, came from Democrats, right? And then they'll turn around and tell you in the same breath that, oh, we're not the same party. We're not the same party. But they worship the guy that is responsible for all this historic discrimination against black folks, right? Absolutely amazing stuff, okay? They'll say you're ignorant, right? If you say, hey, maybe the parties did actually switch. They'll say you're ignorant. Amazing. again, guys, this is just another example of the Biden administration rewarding bad behavior when it comes to student loan debt forgiveness, right? What are they doing? They're telling people who did the right thing and they paid off their student loans, okay, or they are paying off their student loans currently. They're saying, screw you, okay? We don't care that you went to school, got a degree that's actually worth something, went and got a job that actually pays well. You are a positive return on investment for the government when it comes to student loans. Screw you. We're going to actually just, take your money, okay, because tax dollars have to pay for this stuff, right? We borrowed money to send these people to school. We're going to say, screw you, and we're going to actually reward the people that didn't do that went to school and got a woke degree, right? They got a degree in gender studies and all these other, woke stuff, feminism, whatever, right? And anti-racism. They're offering degrees in anti-racism now, right? Yeah. So if you got a degree in that, we're going to reward those people by forgiving their student loans, okay? They went and borrowed $100,000 to go to get a degree in anti-racism studies, and they can't get a job. They can't get employed because they don't have any real skills, okay? So we're going to reward those people and screw the people who, again, either did the right thing, okay, when they went to college, or they didn't go to college at all and, built their own business or, went out into the workforce or whatever. They don't have all this debt. Yeah, screw those people, right? Again, they do this when it comes to crime, okay? Screw law-abiding citizens, okay? We're going to reward criminals, right? We're going to reward criminals, give them a slap on the wrist, let them steal, okay? Be soft on crime. We're going to encourage bad behavior. Again, that is quite literally the policy agenda of the Democrat Party, and that's why these Democrats, I'm going to tell you, this is why they're so hard to beat at the polls. Right? It is really hard to beat a party that is the party of handouts. That is the party of, well, nothing's your fault. It's the white man's fault. It's the system's fault. We got you. We got the government, the same system that you claim is so corrupt, that ruined everything. That same system is going to save you. It is much easier to buy votes than it is to actually preach personal responsibility and accountability for your actions. And that is why, again, it is so hard to beat these Democrats. It really is. And there's probably other reasons that go along with that as well, too, but I can't get into that right on YouTube, obviously. But I'm just saying, that is why it's so hard. Because when you're telling people, especially young people, naive people, who don't actually really know anything, okay, they haven't really lived life, they're not in the real world, when you're telling them that nothing's their fault, the government is here to save them, okay, we're going to forgive your student loan debt, we're going to, give you a check, okay, we're going to do everything for you. Yeah, they're going to go out and vote for that party, right? They're going to go out and vote for those people and say, yeah, shoot, I want my student loan debt forgiven, right? I want a subsidy for having bad credit score, I want free this, free that. I want a handout. It is sick that we live in a country where law-abiding citizens, financially responsible citizens, citizens that do the right thing are being punished because we value criminals and irresponsible people more than we do the people that actually do the right thing. You're punished, right? You got to subsidize those people. And I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of having to carry the load for people who are lazy, who are criminals, who make bad decisions, bad life choices. I'm sick of having to carry water for these people. These people need to carry their own weight. I'm so serious. But no. Again, Democrats, they're the party of, buying votes. And it is extremely hard to beat people that buy votes. It really is. Because nobody wants to take accountability and responsibility for their actions. And Democrats know that. And they prey on that. Again, absolutely incredible stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.